Hey, Meredith here. I hope you're all doing well. Today's video is going to be my January favorites, the things that I loved the most this last January. I'm literally filming this the last day of January. So kind of looking through what I was watching, reading, all that kind of stuff. I did read 2 books and I wouldn't necessarily call them a favorite, so I'm not putting them in this. But my first one was going to be a craft. So at the end of December, I was at Barnes & Noble and I bought my first ever stitching magazine, and it was an embroidery one, and I think it was called Love. Yeah, it's Love Embroidery, and it comes with a kit, and it's out of Europe. It's out of England, and this was the kit, and it says Merry and Bright, and it's embroidery, which I have done in the past, but not a lot, and it's been a long time. So this was so fun to do. They even tell you how to finish it. You can kind of see in the back how I finished it. And I will have this next year for Christmas. So it was really easy to do, but it was a good reminder of how to, the name of certain stitches and how to do them. I think I'm going to get back into embroidery after this. Really excited. And there's a bunch of projects in that particular magazine that I am working on as well right now. So, so that was my favorite craft that I did this month. Okay, so I was watching a lot of TV this month. I don't know why, if it's just that I don't know why, but I was watching a lot of TV this month, and I actually came across 3 shows that I was watching a lot, so I'm going to talk about all 3. The first one is called On Point on Disney+. This is one that follows a bunch of young small children all the way up to teenagers and young adults in their journey through becoming being in ballet and being a professional, trying to be a professional ballerina, or I don't know what you call the male version of a ballerina. But anyways, I love ballet. I love dance. I love anything related to that. I didn't do any of that, but I love to watch it. And this is really cool because it follows these kids, and you kind of, you just love the kids and you want them to do really well, and then seeing them succeed or the struggles that they go through is really interesting. And I hope they film another season because I really binged it and loved it. But I know at the end of the season they talked about COVID coming through. So if they were planning on that, I'm sure it's been majorly delayed because these kids were back home at the end. So, but yeah, I highly recommend it. Really good. And I'm hoping for another season. And then the next one is one I just finished. It's called Unorthodox on Netflix. And this follows a young woman who finds herself in somewhat of an arranged marriage. It is based off a memoir of the writer, and it's her story, which is interesting because they also have Making of Unorthodox on Netflix. So the making of the, I guess it's it's a 4-part miniseries, I guess. And it's the making of it, and she talks about it's her life, but they've made some changes. So but it's really interesting. It's a look at different lifestyle than I have. It's with the Jewish Orthodox religion in New York City. It's a group that are actual descendants from survivors of the Holocaust. So it's interesting to kind of see where they're at, what they're doing, and then her journey through finding herself and what she wanted to do in her life. So it was, I know a little bit about that faith. Obviously I know some about Jewish faith, but the particular Orthodox, I know some, but it was really interesting to learn more. So, I really liked it. You do have to watch it in subtitles because they speak Yiddish in some, but if you turn it on, it's not hard to follow or whatever. And I highly recommend it. I really liked it. Okay, the last one I watched is a show on Netflix as well called Dairy Girls. Now, in my December favorites, I talked about Great British Baking Show and how I watched this celebrity version, and it had the Dairy Girls on there. And so since I loved that one so much, I'm okay, I gotta watch the show. And it is hilarious. It's so funny. It is kind of hard to understand at some points, but if you push through and you just try and listen, you get into it. They're about 4 Irish, teenagers, girls, and then an English boy, and how they all go to school together in Derry, Ireland in the 90s. And It's so funny, and it just, yeah, I laughed at each one. I watched, there's 2 seasons right now on Netflix. I think they're planning a 3rd one, and I absolutely love it. I'm not one to rewatch, and I've been starting to rewatch because you can put it on in the background now that I know what happens, and it's so fun. It's so funny. So if you're looking for something really just, you know, to chill with, that's a great one. And then, okay, so those are my 3 TV shows. My next favorite thing is some hair clips that I purchased from Madewell. And the first one is this hair clip. It is about 4 stars on a clip, and I'll usually wear it on the side of my hair like that, or maybe in the back sometimes. And I just love it. It has a nice clasp on it. It pops up and clips down, and I got it on clearance, and I wear it all the time. I wear it to work a lot. And then the next one is this hair tie, and it's kind of like, it looks like a cheetah print, but it's actually polka dots, and it's just a bow and with the hair tie, and I'll tie it in the back of my hair, and this kind of comes down. It's like the perfect length for my hair. So, yeah, I loved them. They both were on clearance, which is even better. And I've gotten a lot of use out of them so far, and I really like them. They're different, but not too different, if that makes sense. They're neutrals, but they're interesting. So yeah, so I've been wearing those a lot. Okay, so the last favorite that I have for this month would be something I purchased. And this is something that I got at the Disney store, but Walt Disney World and Downtown Disney, like at Disneyland, has these for sale. And it's the new, it's from Japan. They kind of are trying it out in America, and they're called Nuimos. And basically they're plush of characters, Disney characters. And then you can see like Minnie Mouse. She has her, I just left her red dress underneath. She has a red dress underneath, but you can take it off, and you can buy fashions for them. And I love clothes, and I love Disney, so I had to get them. It seems like a stupid purchase, I think, but they just make me smile, and I love them. And they have magnets on their hands so that they can actually hold hands. It's so cute. So it kind of keeps them together. I'm hoping they'll have accessories that you can kind of put in their hands as well. And yeah, so their clothes are all removable. And yeah, and these are the clothes that I chose to purchase. So you can see her dress comes off. These are the clothes that I chose to purchase. There's so many different fashions, and like every month they're going to release new fashions. So I'm excited for what next month will be, and the following month. And I think this is going to be an expensive habit that I kind of have to watch how much I'm doing, because I just think they're the cutest, and they're fun to pick out little clothes for them. So I showed my sister. She was super excited too. But yeah, I mean, they're so cute. And I mean, if it makes you happy, why not? So I think I'm going to be putting these in the back of my video over here somewhere. But I just purchased these, and they're just so darn cute. So yeah, so those were my favorite things for the month. I hope that you all had a good month, and I hope the next month is even better for all of us as we move through what we're going through. And I cannot wait to see all the new things the new fashions for Nuimos. Okay, so that is it. Those are my favorite things that I had this month. I hope you all had a great month. My month is really good. Everyone's talking about like January ran really slow. I think it ran, or did it run slow or fast? I've heard different things, but for me, it just ran like at a normal pace. So I'm excited for February though. Valentine's Day is coming up. I don't really do anything for Valentine's Day, but I think it's a cheery and fun kind of holiday. And then I also, Super Bowl. I'm not a big football person, but I do love watching like this halftime show, and I like watching the Super Bowl. I like events like that. So that'll be fun. It should be a good month, and I hope that you all have a great week, and I will see you next week with a new video. Okay, bye.